It's Friday, September 2nd. It's 05:30. I'm at Westgate Gun Club. I am here early in the morning. It's still pitch dark. I'm gonna set up my targets and whatnot because I need to get some chrono data. I wanted to do it before Labor Day weekend because I figured the range is gonna be kind of packed, and I just wanted to come out here when it's quiet. So I'm gonna get that data done. Might do a couple other things in the back ranges, but I need to get to the office. I'm still going to work, so I'm gonna get my stuff taken care of as fast as I can. Go home, ditch my gear, and then go to the office. But right now, again, it's pitch dark. I have to use this flashlight so the camera can see me, and there's actually no one here, obviously. Usually there's actually one other guy who's out here on Friday mornings or Thursday mornings when it's dark, and he actually shoots in the dark. He just sets up lights. But it's kind of weird to be out here really early in the morning when there's no one around because you got to be careful. There's wildlife, and you never know who's trespassing on the range, so you just got to be careful. Always roll with a gun on you just in case, obviously, for who knows who might be out here. So a lot of people are still not familiar with the West End Gun Club, this range out here near Lido Creek, and they're surprised to find out that we do have 24/7 access to the range, and which is one of the primary reasons why a lot of people join this range. Well, one, because there's very few outdoor ranges out in this area anymore, but two, you have full access to this range whenever, obviously whenever it's not under maintenance or whatnot, but we have lots of opportunities to come out and shoot. You can shoot at night if you want. You can camp out here if you want. So it's a very nice facility. Granted, it's expensive right now. I think it's $240 now. $240 a year. So $240 or $320. I can't remember. But I mean, to me, it's not even much of a big deal of paying the annual fee. Plus, you still pay the induction fee as well, which is the same price. So you pay like a $240 or $280 induction fee plus your annual membership. But again, you get access to a nice facility that's still relatively close to civilization, not too far drive from the freeway, and you have access to a 100-yard range plus the back private ranges. So we have 11 bays and lots of shooting out here. So it's a good facility. Anyway, so we have 24/7 access. Obviously, I've shot here at night before. I've done some night shooting. No night vision, but we just use lights and whatnot. But it's interesting to come out here whenever other people aren't out here. Now, as far as my choice for pistols, I actually haven't vlogged myself pistol shooting, which I need to do some pistol shooting sometime because I haven't shot my pistol in a while. But I shoot Glocks. I do have a couple 1911s, but all my pistols are Glocks, 9mm. And 140 cal, the 27, which I bought a long time ago. But I use the 19 primarily as far as what I shoot at the range for fun, and what I carry at the range just as my backup pistol. But I have a Gen 3 19, G19 Gen 3, and I actually have a Gen 4 G19, which I bought in California legally through an exemption that is no longer available now to us. But so I have three G19s actually, 3 G19s, 2 of them are Gen 4s, one is FDE, full FDE, and I have a G17 3rd gen, and then a G26 Gen 3, and then a G27 Gen 3. The 26 is a FDE as well, full FDE. Oh, sorry, the Gen 26 is a Gen 4 full FDE. So I pretty much shoot 9mm. I went through this phase early on when I started shooting heavily after college. After I graduated college, I actually had more time and actually had money. So I started buying more guns and whatnot, and I was going to the range more often. So I was shooting a lot of pistols at the time, and that's when I started shooting 45, and I was shooting 45 a lot. And back then, in the early 2000s, 45 was still the more expensive round, but it wasn't as expensive as it is now. And I didn't reload at the time either, and that's what that's what actually gave me the impetus to start reloading, is because 45 was pricier than 9mm. So I said, you know what, let me start reloading. So started reloading because of 45. And then I went through the phase of 45 Then I went to the phase of 40 because I got a Glock 23, and then I went, I think I went 45, 40, and then back to 45. Then I went back down to 40 with an XD tactical 5-inch, and then then I said, you know what, I wanted to start shooting Glock again, and I said, you know what, 40 doesn't really give me much. I wasn't competitive shooting at all, but I figured go back to 9. It was cheaper, get more rounds, because I actually had a lot of pre-2000 Glock mags, 9mm mags, so greater than 10. So I may as well just go to that platform and use my high capacity, in quotes, magazines. So that's why I shoot Glocks. And well, given the fact that they passed those new bills in California recently, kind of negates the fact that I have those grandfathered mags. But it's a whole other topic in itself. But anyway, I shoot Glocks. I want to test these Berger 155.5s. If I can move them at 2950 feet per second or faster, which is going to be kind of fast in a 26-inch barrel, that'd be kind of cool. And if they could shoot accurately, that'd be, obviously ideal. But I'm going to try those out. Granted, I'm not sure if I would ever actually shoot them at 1,000 yards. 155 is a palm bullet, so that's what it's designed for, but it's meant to be shot in a 30-inch barrel. So I don't know, it is what it is. I wanted to try them out anyway. So we'll see how that goes. Just wanted to mention, if you haven't yet to see it, I did post a YouTube video and an article reviewing the Sig Kilo 2000 laser rangefinder, which I purchased recently from Brownells. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's a good, I think the unit itself is really good. And if you don't have a laser rangefinder yet, definitely consider the Sig Kilo 2000. It's highly regarded right now, which is why it's becoming all the rage, and you're seeing more of it actually being used by people. And it's for $500, which some people think might be expensive, but as far as laser rangefinders are concerned, $500 is actually fairly inexpensive. And then and usually you don't get much performance from such a laser rangefinder at that price range. You actually need to spend a lot more, but fortunately the Sig Kilo 2000 actually performs quite well. So that's why we bought it, or I bought it, and that's why other people are buying it. And it's a good unit. I mean, it's consistent in its range finding capabilities, and as far as accuracy, it seems accurate if you base it off of what you see on say Google Maps. But so I highly recommend getting one if you don't already have a laser rangefinder. Obviously, there's other ones out there like this Leica, which is one of those highly regarded ones in the sub 1,000 price range. But that's an $800 laser rangefinder, and the 1600B is actually discontinued. So I think they're replacing it with something. They haven't announced a new product, but they are replacing that with a new model. So as they say, sun's out, guns out. Sun is just coming out. Got plenty of light. Let's go and start shooting. I shot some federal gold medal match because those Berger 155s just shot like crap, and my conservative 175 grain Berger load shot okay, but the velocities were terrible. The extreme spread, as I mentioned earlier, was 72, which is horrendous, with a standard deviation of like 20 something. The factor, or the equivalent factor between those two loads is the fact that I was using brand new Lapua brass. I did next size, or I did run an expander ball, so I'm not sure if that brand new Lapua brass just isn't good, brand new. I need to fire them and then reload them at least one time, but we'll see. But when I'm walking up to this target, you'll see that the Federal Gold Medal match actually shot quite well. So it's not the gun, it's the load. I do have some leftover 175 grain burgers with 6 times fired brass that I know shoots okay, at least minute of angle. So I'll try those right out before I pack up. But as you can see here, this is my 41 grains of AR comp with the 175 burgers, which shoots pretty decent. I threw this round, but that's about an inch. That's a 1 inch group roughly. That's a minute of angle. It's not great, but it's good enough for getting on target. This is the Burger 155.5 full bore. I shot this with 42.5 grains of AR comp. That's a good 2 inch group right there, 3 inch, just under 3. This is Burger 155.5 full bore with 43 grains of AR comp, and this is pretty bad as well. But here we go with the Federal Gold Medal match. I threw this round. I'll admit this one I kind of jerked it, but this is a nice 5-shot group right here. 6 shot maybe out there, so this is 7 rounds. But this is Federal Gold Medal match. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. Dig up my leftover Burger 175s with the 44 grains of Varget. That one should shoot around 27 feet per second, and it has a good extreme spread and a good standard deviation. I'm gonna shoot about, should have put another pacer on that, but I'll just shoot at that third down since it doesn't have much on it, and make sure that those loads shoot okay with the 6 times fired Lapua brass. And the Lapua brass I'm using, the 6 times fired, I have like about 400 pieces of Lapua brass. It's around 6 to 7 times fired right now. That stuff dates back to 2003, 2004, when I got my first bolt action 308. So this new Lapua brass I'm shooting is circa 2015, 2016. But again, I don't know if I need to just really fire this brass a couple times just to get them shooting okay, or what, or if maybe that 41 grains AR comp is actually the best I can get out of that load, but those Burger 155s just don't shoot well at all. So I don't know. Little disconcerted here. You might have seen this in another vlog, earlier vlog at the 1,000-yard match at Pendleton. This is a tab gear. It's called a bullet binder. I'm gonna write a review on this. It's actually pretty cool. It holds 40 rounds in a little fold-up type deal. It's not really a hard case, not really a soft case, but it holds 40 rounds. But it's pretty cool because it keeps it in a slimline form factor as opposed to carrying that plastic box. So I can throw this in my bag and have 40 rounds. And they don't rattle around or bounce around. So I'm gonna write a review on that. I have a bunch of products, or like new items I bought ever since I started shooting this thing, that I need to do reviews on, or little write-ups, but I just haven't had time. I just shot those 3 rounds of 175 burgers with the Varget load, and this is those 3 rounds. So I know that the Burger 155s at least shoot like crap, and maybe this load is okay, I don't know, but the velocities are kind of out, like way up and down with brand new Lapua brass. This one is good, so, and obviously the Federal's good, so I might have to. Good thing I didn't buy many of the burgers, the 155.5s. I only bought two 100 count boxes. I was hoping to shoot those at 2950 feet per second in a 26-inch barrel, but it looks like I'm not getting close to it. at least I'm not sure if it's safe. I got to analyze the brass to see if I'm got pressure signs, but I don't really want to try to push a 155 grain too hard to get 3,000 or 2,950 feet per second, because technically 155 grain was meant to be shot in Palma guns, which run like 30-inch barrels, and a Palma chamber, which is short throated, so I'm jumping it a lot too. But I was hoping to shoot a lighter bullet, obviously at 1,000 yards, maybe definitely at 600, just to get lower recoil and a little bit more velocity. But if you read Ballistics, Applied Ballistics for Long Range Shooting by Brian Litz, he'll go in discussion about how even though you shoot a slower, heavier bullet, this is a known fact, but you got to read that book anyway. But in that book, he discusses that a heavier bullet with better BC is going to shoot better than a lighter bullet at a faster velocity with a lower BC. And because over time, at longer range, the BC is retained by the heavier bullet. So shooting a 155 grain really fast might be fine, but once you get to a certain point in distance, like say 700, 800 yards, it slows down quite a bit, or it loses its BC, or the benefits of its trajectory, and it's more susceptible to wind drift, at which point the heavier bullet's better. So anyway, where I was going with that is 155 grains, hoping to get those to shoot, but right now it doesn't look like I can get them to shoot in this gun. But I didn't buy many of them, so we're okay. Well, that's pretty much it for today's range vlog. Just came to do test those loads, which as you can see performed like crap, the 155s, but I confirmed that my gun is still functional. As far as it's not the gun, it's the ammo. So the 155.5 Burger full bores, probably not going to use them. I'm going to try a few more loads with them, and if I can't get them to shoot, oh well. I'll just stick with the 175 Burger Tacticals. I took some photos of the Eberle stock. That's what I spent the past 35 minutes doing. I've been trying to get stock photos of the Eberle stock backpack, the Gunslinger 2, so I can start my review of it. I need to do a video review as well, but that's going to be a pain in the butt to do. I got to come out here to the range and do it. Maybe I'll just do it at home. Maybe I'll try to find some lights. I don't know. Need to do like just a little pack breakdown. And hopefully I'll have that Eberle stock Gunslinger 2 backpack review posted, at least an article written up on my blog in the next few weeks. But other than that, that's pretty much it for today. Today's Friday, September 2nd. It's almost 0800, so I need to get home and then switch cars, or just unpack my gear and then go to the office, because obviously I can't have this stuff in my car when I go to the office. So anyway, that's it. Until then, see you on the next range vlog.